welcome to another episode of Financial Freeway. My name is Dave Atwood, the man rocking the Ray-Bans. And a couple things today. Today was cold dip day, so me and Seth were down at the Squamish Lagoon at the Dark 30, and it was not pleasant. It was -3 when I left the house, so it took a lot of mental fortitude to walk into the inky black waters of the Pacific Ocean this morning at 5:30. And the cool thing was, we noticed this last week when we were in it too, was seeing the bioluminescence. Like, that is really cool. So we're sitting there pitch black, and if you wiggle your hands around the water, you can actually see sparkles of life go there. And it just made me realize, like, we often forget just how truly magical this world is and the things is. I don't want to get too deep into it, but it was one of those moments like, you know what? It is. It's just pure magic. It's magic. It's life and light when there is nothing. So it was pretty cool. Cold? Boy, was it cold. But that's the whole thing, is doing something that is uncomfortable. There's nothing comfortable about doing this. We get up, I get up early. We go into the cold wearing a pair of shorts. We walk into the ocean where it's dark and things touch you and nibble on you. It's not pleasant. It's cold the whole way. Your body is trying to stop you from doing these things, but it's the power of the mind over the body. That's what the whole thing is. And I tell you, when you get out of the water and you have warmed your body up and your core temperature's back up, I tell you, you feel like you are unstoppable, like you're Superman. Amazing. Highly recommend it. Just a little shout out to what we do. We're there at the Squamish Lagoon 5:30 a.m. every Thursday morning. You're more than welcome to come join us. Love to have you out there. This morning was a little tricky. It was cold, it was frosty. Clear skies meant it was bitterly cold out there, but we did it. So very proud of ourselves for that. Today, what I want to talk about is the 5 things you should be learning if you want to move forward in life. And I strongly believe that these are imperative, even more important than getting I'd say on par with getting a degree. I'm a huge fan of getting a degree and going forward with your formal education, as long as you have a long distance plan of what you're going to do with it. Or if you're just one of those people who just really want to know something and be an expert at something, that's great. But I actually met this summer up in Tofino, I met a doctor of tree rings. She had her doctorate of tree rings. You know, when you cut open a tree, you count the rings inside. She knows all about that. I would say that's probably not the most marketable education to be going after, but kudos for her. She wants to learn about tree rings, and that's what she did. So that was great. So anyways, the 4 things I think that are crucial, I'll talk about the 5th one in a sec, is number 1, human nature. Learn about human nature. Learn why people do the things they do. And there's a lot of great books out there. One of the books I read, which was amazing and very in depth, was Richard Dawkins' The Selfish Gene. And it made me understand that the reason we do a lot of things we do is not actually a logical or mental, not a conscious thought. It is, a lot of it is genetically wired into us, and we feel like, no, I'm making a decision to buy this brand new truck, or this I'm going to go out there and buy this fancy watch, or whatever the case. We think that that's a mental decision, when the reality is, no, it's actually hard woven into our genetic coding. So those kind of books are really important. Also, another great book on that sense of human nature, it's kind of in that same genre, is Christopher Noth, I think I might have his name wrong, so forgive me if I do, but he wrote a book about negotiating, and it's called Never Split the Difference. That is an amazing book. He was a negotiator for the FBI, and he was negotiating with kidnappers. That was his job. great place to start. Another thing to really learn about, of course, is money. And one of the great books, a couple of great books I read on that was The Millionaire Next Door, Art of the Deal by Donald Trump, and what was another one I'm just reading right now is Liar's Poker. That's a really good one too. The thing I like about Liar's Poker, reading that book, is it blows my mind just how much money is moving around, and most people that I know can't even fathom the kind of depth, the kind of wealth that these people are just casually moving across a lunchroom table. Like it's mind blowing. Another thing, I like real estate. It's kind of my game, so I focus a little bit more on that. But let's put real estate aside. That'll be more like the fifth thing we're going to talk about. Learn about investing, anything you do, money management. Even if you get a book like Investing for Dummies, that's a good book to get your hands on. So third one I think is really important for growth financially is anything to do with sales. I think that in order to become a really wealthy person, you need to have a good understanding of what it means to do sales and be a salesman. We don't realize when we're walking around this planet just how much selling we have to do on for everything. We sell all the time. I found it's really helped me, especially when you're starting a business. Being a good salesman really makes a big difference in your success. So the final thing I think, and this would be more like number 5. Well, I say cooking. I can't look. I know there's some guys out there who say, don't waste your time cooking, just get DoorDash or skip the dishes. I actually really enjoy the art of cooking, and I like putting good food in my body, and I like it to be as natural as possible. And the more I cook for myself, the more I know what's going into my food, and less preservatives, less chemicals that you can't name. Cooking is just a wonderful way to become just a better person, period. And one thing I found out through my work and experience in life is everybody loves to cook. Everyone loves to cook because, again, this comes down to more of our reptilian brain. You're providing sustenance for the people you love. So highly recommend learning how to cook. Finally, with me, I love real estate. So I like learning about real estate. I like keeping my finger on the pulse. So I learn everything. I read everything I can about real estate. Whatever you're doing, if you're a mechanic, you want to really dig down deep into what's going on in the world of mechanics. Or if you're a electronics tech, I mean, I work with guys who work with sonar and radar and all that stuff, and they are constantly furthering their education. Truly important, because even if you're working for somebody else right now, and I'm not saying learn what you're doing, because if you're a dishwasher and you don't see yourself being a dishwasher, get really good at something you really enjoy doing, whatever it is. Even if it's playing video games, it's crazy. But when I found out people are making good money playing video games, I'm like, hey, you know what? The gloves are off. There's no rules anymore, so we can just do whatever we want and make money. Learn how to do what you love, and learn it as much as you possibly can, and keep up with the new technology. You do those things, and I'll tell you, that'll take you farther than any MBA will. I guarantee it. Money, human nature, what else did I say? Money, human nature, sales, cooking, and of course, what you love to do. Those 5 things, you will be unstoppable, I promise. Thanks so much for watching. We've got a website now, so check it out, financialfreeway.ca. That's coming up. I'm really excited about that. Check it out. But thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. Drop a comment, and of course, share the good word. Thanks so much. God bless.